Hi, good afternoon. My name is Daniela Ratonda from BSc 2-3, presenting the determinants of behavior for the continuation of the discussion of Sir VJ. First is the neurons. We call it nerve cells. It is the basic structural form or unit of nervous system, transferring messages in a form of nerve impulses, and we consider it as a 1 trillion of it are approximately involved with controlling in behavior. So we have major parts of neurons. First is the dendrites. It is the first touch of information from the other neuron. Next is the cell body or soma. It receives information from the dendrites and passes to axon depending on the signal. This axon will send the nerve impulses to the synaptic terminals or synaptic knobs by which neurotransmitters are contained. And lastly is the synaptic knobs or vesicles. Secretion of neurotransmitter will be triggered. So what this neurotransmitter means? It is a part of neuron which connects the nervous system in behavior. So we have here some examples of neurotransmitter. First is the norepinephrine, or we could say it is a stress hormone. If it's too little, we are hyperactivity or too active. So if it's too much, it causes us depression because it is what we call stress hormone. Acetylcholine. It is a contraction of skeletal, smooth muscles, learning, memory, focus, arousal. If it's too little, cause Alzheimer's disease, and if it's too much, Parkinson's disease. Dopamine. This is what we call the feeling good neurotransmitter. If it's too little, vulnerability to addiction or Parkinson's disease. If we have too much dopamine, or we intake some drugs or other substance, it causes schizophrenic reaction. So lastly is the serotonin. This is what we call the happy chemicals. So too much happy chemicals or too much serotonin, we are active. But if it's too little, it causes antisocial behavior, aggression, suicidal behavior, depression, and other negative behaviors. Next is the needs and drives. So we have here the Abraham Maslow's theory of needs. We have 8 stages. So first stages from basic to complex is the physiological needs. It is the basic life needs. As a person and a people, we need food, water, shelter, sex, or anything. Next is the safety and security. It is the protection, security, order, limits, law, and stability for our protection. And next is the love and belonging. It is the family, affection, relationships, and work group. Next is the self-esteem. And it means it boosts us. It's achievement, status, responsibility, and reputation. Next is the knowledge and understanding. It means the meaning or self-awareness of who we are and understanding others. So next is the need for aesthetics. Aesthetics means beauty, and it means that self-confidence, our self-confidence as a person. Next is the self-actualization. It means the personal growth, self-fulfillment. And lastly is the transcendence, helping others to self-actualize. So what is the concept of Abraham Maslow's theory? First, human needs are arranged according to its importance from basic to complex. And next, person will just long for fulfillment of next level needs after achieving at least partial fulfillment of lower needs. And lastly, humans have different needs and wants that, if unsatisfied, may influence their behavior. So, after Maslow's hierarchy of needs, we have here the first, our ERG, theory of needs. He depends his theory to Abraham Maslow. where he divided the theory of needs into three. First, for the lower part, for the basic, is the existence. Second is the relatedness. And lastly, from the top is the growth. So we have here the satisfaction and progression upward. So if we didn't feel satisfied, it causes us frustration that comes to regression. So this is the concept of other first ERG theory of needs. Fulfillment of needs in ERG doesn't need to be arranged in its hierarchy, which means we can go back to that basic needs. But in Abraham Maslow theory, after we achieve the basic needs, we go to the next level and we cannot go back. And second, in the concept of ERG theory of needs is that it allows the order of needs to be different depending on the type of people. We are different. Next is the anxiety as a determinant of behavior. It is an intangible that seems to evade any efforts to resolve. It is called the neurotic fear. We receive so much stress, problems that cause us anxiety, or we call anxiety attack. So here is the stress under the anxiety. Stress came from the Latin word stringere, meaning to draw tight, or means that stress is a person under pressure or strain that causes anxiety. It is also a process of adjusting to or dealing with circumstances that disrupt or threatens or disrupt a person's physical and physiological functioning. Our minds cannot focus if we are pressure or we feel stress or anxiety. You feel anxiety. There's an anxiety. It stops the functioning it stops the well functioning of our emotion, in the behavior, or our mind. Next is the depression. This is a mental disorder characterized by sadness, hopelessness, low self-esteem, and low self-interest. We can also mean that there's a possibility of suicide, or we have a suicidal thoughts in this depression. So one of the determinants of behavior next is the emotion. It literally means mood. Emotion linked to our adaptive behavior such as communicating, working, comfort seeking, helping others, attack, repeat, and the like. So we have composed of the following emotion. First is the self-awareness, motivation, empathy, social skills, and self-regulation. So, in emotion, we have the stages of romantic love. First is the love phase. This is the phase wherein an individual craves for sexual activity or sexual contact. We focus on the word sexual activity. There's no love yet. It is a phase where the person wants to have a sex or sexual activity to his or her partner. Second is the attraction phase. So it's the stage by which an individual elevates his feeling from sexual urge only up to infatuation. The attraction moves upward from sexual urge up to infatuation, or we call crush. Third is the attachment phase. It is the phase where an individual already after for a long-term relationship. We could say first is the last phase, the boyfriend. Second is attraction phase, we could consider it is when the man is proposed to a girl to become his wife. Next is the attachment where they want to get married and build a happy family. Wow. So next we have the Robert Sternberg triangular theory of love. Love again. So first is the intimacy. It is the longing for an exchange of support, care, and being near to the one that love. Intimacy or intimate. Second is the passion. It is the heart component of love. This is the sexual arousal and attraction to the physical feature of an individual. And lastly is the commitment, or we call the call component of love. This is where a person invests and strives to give effort of maintaining the relationship. For example, the person is committed, giving gifts every anniversary, just to show his or her love. So we have here that one of the terms after the love or emotion, under the emotion, we have here the personality. It derived from the term persona. Literally means a theatrical mask worn by Roman actors before in Greek dramas. So it refers to the pattern of relatively permanent traits and unique characteristics of an individual. This is the person's behavior. So according to Sigmund Freud, provinces of the mind, he divided the mind of a person into three. We have the id, ego, and superego. So for id, we refer to it as a pleasure-seeking personality, or literally means to seek pleasure. This is the region of mind where it is out of contact with reality. And this first dimension of personality is developed for infants. So as a baby, so it is the only thing that latter is after is pleasure. What the baby needs is food, and didn't even think others. He needs milk from the mother to live, without regard for what is possible or what is proper. Didn't think what will happen. So for the ego, it ages 2 years old, where the region of mind that attaches the persons with reality. So there's a attaches of person from the reality. And we have here the decision making, where it is a branch of personality. Ego is developed as the children start to receive rewards, punishments from their parents. And lastly, the superego, represent the moral aspects of the reality. It is divided into the conscience and the ego ideal. The conscience, it's telling us things that we should not do from the things that we did and go wrong. While the ego ideal starts to learn the identification of what should be done and what should not. We know what is right and we know what is wrong for the ego ideal. While in conscience, it tells us things that we should not do. So that's for all for the determinants of behavior. So thank you for your love and support and encouragement. So according to the quoted by Anthony Brand, other things may change us, but we start and end with the family. Thank you very much.